Montessori Grandma. Episode 10. The Clock of Eras.
The Clock of Eras, a Montessori story related to history, retold and presented by Geeta Vijayachandran. The Clock of Eras is a story that is done after the story of the creation of the universe. The black strip showed us time was passing and it was a long time before human beings appeared. Do you remember the lesson we did about a clock? This lesson is done using a chart which has a clock on it. The Clock of Eras chart is about the formation and development of the planet Earth from a cloud of gases to the appearance of man using the analogy of a circular clock. Imagine that we are taking the black timeline and squeezing it down to make this very special 12-hour clock so that it is easy for us to understand the time it took for all this to happen. Now, we need to use our imagination. Think that the 12-hour clock represents the various eras from the Earth's birth to the present. It is presented as a pie chart, which serves as an easy way for us to understand the big picture of the timeline. In the Montessori's original chart, we look at the time from Cosmic Era to Neozoic Era. Look at the black part. Can you count the hours it took? 4 hours and 6 minutes. So, the first 4 hours and 6 minutes, we call this the formation of the crust. And during that time, the earth was very, very hot and we had rocks, water, and air. Black color is used to show the long period without life. Montessori called it Cosmic Era, but now it is called Archean Eon and is split into two and called Hidden Era and Archean Era. Do you see this yellow? Yellow symbolizes light coming out of darkness. How many hours does it show? It shows 6 hours and 12 minutes. We don't know when, but sometime during that era appeared the tiny blob, that one-celled creature. Blue-green algae and early forms of multicellular life were plentiful at the end of this era. We call that long time the Archeozoic Era. It means the time of the very, 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 very old life. It is also called Phanerozoic Eon, meaning early life. Just after 10 o'clock, we have the Paleozoic Era that lasted for 56 minutes. The Paleozoic Era means the time of the old life. Paleo means old and zoic means life. The blue color stands for life in water. This is the time that animals experimented with life in the water right up to the time when the fish appeared. Of course, few of these animals are here today. At least they look different today. The Paleozoic era began the Phanerozoic Eon. Phanerozoic means visible life. Plants and animals learned to coexist for the first time in the great oceans that covered the earth. The next era lasted for 34 minutes. The brown represents land on earth and is called the Mesozoic era. That means middle life. The continents were probably all together. Reptiles ruled the land and the sea. Some even flew. This was the age of giant reptiles and huge plants. The huge dinosaurs appeared, and the amphibians were there too. We know those huge reptiles appeared, but they also disappeared. This era is called the Cenozoic Era. Ceno means recent and zoic means life. So recent life. It lasted for 12 minutes. The green color stands for plant life because flowering plants developed. This is also known as the age of mammals. The earliest humans evolved later in this era. See this tiny red strip? This is the Neozoic era or Anthropozoic era, which is the last 56 seconds of the Earth's history. Neozoic means new life. Neo means new and zoic means life. A completely new type of life came during the last few seconds. All human life has developed during this period, which continues today. Man was weaker and could not run as fast as the other animals. Yet they became master of the all. Look at the clock. We can see the other eras written all the way around the clock. All the time was preparation for the coming of the human beings. They came in 14 and a half seconds before midnight, and they came in because everything was ready for them. You can see how short a time human beings have been on earth. Once life appeared, there were rapid developments, and the last era didn't even take a quarter of a minute on a 24-hour clock. When human beings came, they had those gifts to make what wasn't already there. That brings us to the end of the story of the clock of eras. Thank you for watching. This is Geeta Vijaychandran signing off.
Montessori Grandma.